Colleagues, today, we launch a series of special working meetings to analyze key parameters of the next state armament program for the period from 2027 to 2036. Throughout that time, it will remain the key benchmark for the development of weapon systems for the entire military organization of the country. That is, for the armed forces and other troops and military units in special services and agencies, and a major tool for shaping their new quality in the fourth decade of the 21st century. Let me remind you that in April we discussed ways to increase the volume of deliveries and raise the efficiency of the weapons and equipment to serve the purposes of the special military operation. The measures laid out back then are being pursued. However, they are of an operative nature and are implemented to meet the current needs on short order. So to say, here and now in real time, our today's objective is to work out a new long-term program encompassing the entire range of weapon systems and models, including, as a priority, advanced weapon systems. We should make the maximum use of the experience gained during the special military operation and in various regional conflicts. And of course, it is crucial to factor in global trends in military technologies, all the more so since the number of countries working in that direction is growing, which objectively reflects the processes of the emergence of new centers of technological, scientific, and industrial progress in the multipolar world. I would like to emphasize that the state program should, without fail, include sufficient volumes and types of weaponry and equipment to meet our current needs and future requirements. To achieve this, it should be aligned in terms of timelines and measures with the program for the development of Russia's defense industry. It is also evident that the focus of the new state program should be on creating the most advanced weapon systems. When I spoke about the development of the defense industry, I immediately recalled that, in due course, we took the necessary steps in a timely manner, precisely in a timely manner, to ensure that we are now at the level we are today. True, there are known issues and challenges, but we are nevertheless at this level. That is, we acted in a timely fashion. When was this? About 10 years ago. Yes, in 2008, 2009, and 2010, decisions were made on the development of the defense industry, and funds were specifically allocated for these purposes, for the development of the defense industry, specifically by sector. This enables us today to produce the required volume of arms and equipment. Undoubtedly, special attention must be paid to the nuclear triad, which has been and remains the guarantor of Russia's sovereignty, playing a key role in maintaining the global balance of power. Currently, the share of modern weaponry and equipment in the strategic nuclear forces has already reached 95%. This is a good indicator. In fact, it is the highest indicator among all nuclear powers in the world. Based on the experience of the special military operation, aviation of the aerospace forces makes a significant contribution to the destruction of enemy targets. Therefore, the state program being developed must include a set of system-wide and consistent measures for the creation, procurement for the needs of the Russian armed forces, modernization and repair of aircraft and aviation strike systems. At the same time, the dominant force in modern military operations of any scale and intensity remains the ground forces. It is crucial to enhance their combat capabilities in the shortest possible time, establish a solid foundation for development, and ensure the design of advanced models and weapon systems with the highest tactical and technical characteristics and modernization potential. And, of course, the new state armaments program must must serve as an effective tool for implementing the recently approved strategy for the development of the Navy until 2050. It is also necessary to increase the export potential of domestic arms and equipment, especially the models that have been tested not on testing grounds, but in real high-intensity combat operations and have proven their reliability and effectiveness. Moreover, what is important for buyers is that they are competitive in terms of price and maintenance cost. What remains is to ensure proper maintenance at reasonable prices. In general, this is functioning adequately, but when it comes to organizing maintenance itself, spare parts and the like, Mr. Mancharov knows what I am talking about. There is still work to be done. Recently, on May 23rd, at a meeting of the Commission for Military Technical Cooperation, we thoroughly and substantively discussed these issues and decided to develop and launch a dedicated area within the Defense Industry Development Program aimed at supporting the production of military products for export. This must definitely be reflected in the new state program. I will repeat once again. Of course, the program should serve as a guide for shaping long-term production plans for defense industry organizations. In recent years, with government support, defense enterprises have multiplied their output, and it is essential to use this potential wisely, to build a well-considered human resources policy, and for the Ministry of Industry and Trade and the Defense Ministry to anticipate future developments and think about how, if necessary, to use the production capacity to manufacture civilian goods. We have been working on this for a long time, at least 10 years already. Overall, the situation is within the necessary predefined parameters, but given the current needs of the armed forces, there is, of course, a certain shift. Nevertheless, it is essential not only to think about this, but to draft concrete plans. I am referring to specific plans for production diversification, which we have discussed many times. As I mentioned, we have sufficient experience in this field. Of course, the activities outlined in the state program must be clearly coordinated with defense planning and armed forces development strategies, with economic mobilization plans and other strategic planning documents. Finally, the last point I would like to make is that it is important to calculate needs in advance and begin preparing infrastructure for deploying new weapon systems, including bases, arsenals, airfields, and so on. The financial resources required for the construction and modernization of such facilities must be allocated as a separate item in the program. I am well aware of that. I put my signature under these documents all the time, and the executives often ask me to reallocate these funds to other seemingly more important budget lines, not because they want to for sure. But what does this lead to? It leads to new weapon systems being fielded, which then require accelerated modernization and additional related expenditures. Let's get to work.
К чему это приводит? Потому что появляются новые системы вооружения, а потом в чистом поле становятся. И требуют более быстрой модернизации и дополнительных на это расходов.